On what planet is this acceptable?
In his State of the City address, Mayor Jay Ruhe kept the focus on public safety. He's still outraged by the release of a suspect without needing to post bail, charged with stabbing a man multiple times in downtown Manchester.
And I appreciate the arguments that are made when it comes to civil liberties, but what about the civil liberties of the people at the McLean Law Firm who just want to walk from there to the parking garage? What about the civil liberties of the Chamber? You're right there on Hanover Street, trying to walk around during the day. What about the people who were eating dinner at Evo that night and looked out of the damn windows and saw a stabbing going on? What about their rights?
Highlighting some of the building stats from the last year, Ruhe says housing remains a top priority.
In 2024, the city issued 535 certificates of occupancy. 600 new dwelling units came online. 707 units are in active construction.
The mayor also discussed what will happen to the Youth Development Center property on River Road once it is vacant and the state is ready to discuss redevelopment.
How I kind of envision this process is doing town halls towards the end of the year and saying, all right, what do we want? We have this amazing property, and what do we want as a city? Where do we see this going? And it'll be really interesting because I'm sure there are going to be some people who say cow pastures, and then some people who say, Tuscan Village. So trying to find that midterm or compromise, it'll be interesting.
This is a municipal election year, and so far, a Democratic challenger to Mayor Ruhe is yet to emerge.
They've got their work cut out for them, and I think it's one of the reasons why you're not really hearing very many names that are being discussed right now.
In Manchester, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.